Gobble,
There you
gobble.
go.
Here we are. Happy Thanksgiving. And the reason I say happy Thanksgiving is because for some reason, all over the world, Thanksgiving is now the beginning of a holiday called Black Friday, now a new holiday called Cyber Monday, and another holiday called Cyber Week, which is just consumerism at its worst and its best and everything in between. Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of Camera and Flask. Believe it or not, I'm actually hosting this week, and Ben is in complete disbelief about this. And we are here to say hello from three different parts of the world. And I will start with the golden boy, who is here to impart wisdom about
Please.
of the internets with video production and filmmaking. Mr. Caleb Pike, how are you today?
Good. How are you, sir? And
I'm doing
other
well.
sirs, and ladies and gentlemen in the chat. Film Convert, what's going on?
Oh,
See you.
Kim and Sky are here. Tony, Oliver, David, Rob, Mike. It's like a reunion
It's
again.
the crew.
Episode 49, even though Ben won't believe it, and then next episode will be number 50. And our good friend from the midnight hour, Mr. Ben Barden. How are you, Ben?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm about just a few hours away from my favorite holiday of the year, and it's chaos, but it's good, and I'm going to enjoy myself. And I'm very happy that we were all able to make it, especially you, Caleb, because you weren't sure. And here we are with our friends going into the holiday in the United States, and then just sort of talking about what you're going to buy for everybody else in the world. And there you have it. Let's start with drinks. Ben Barden, what you got?
All right. So, as you all know, I am English, and we are well known around the world for our love of tea. So this evening, I am drinking tea. It is one of the few things that here in the Czech Republic that I miss about the UK. So I can get proper tea bags. These are PG Tips, which I buy in big bulk every time I go anywhere near a Tesco in the foreign foods aisle. You need to brew that for 3 minutes. It's got to be 3 minutes, absolutely no less. And I don't think I can get an angle on this without tipping it over my keyboard, but it should be a really dark color. We're talking about proper strong tea. Czech tea is awful, right? But another part of me is Irish. So, and English people, they put milk in their tea. We drink tea with milk. That is the law. You try and ask for that in a cafe here, and the waiter kind of looks at you like you've insulted his mother. But so the thing what I like to do to sort of recognize both sides of my heritage is to use Irish milk.
Yes.
In my tea. This is Bailey's, which you have Bailey's, right? I don't need to explain what this is.
We absolutely do. Bailey's is a big part of this American culture. It's
cool.
Okay.
Irish whiskey cream. So I have that in my tea more often than I really should.
Can I have a couple of questions about that combination there? And I'm partial to. I really do like the strong, the Marks and Spencer, the strong, extra strong ones. Those are really good too. Personally, I like them. How are you drinking tea at midnight? Are you going to be able to fall asleep? Because PG Tips is not the weakest tea in the world. That's the first question.
Yeah. Okay. So I have this weird thing with caffeine that coffee caffeine seems to have a really strong effect on me in terms of perking me up, keeping me awake. I can't drink that after 2 in the afternoon. Tea doesn't do it at all. Can have tea right before I go to bed.
It's DNA. It's because you're British. That's why.
It's a different type of caffeine. Yeah.
You can drink it anytime. Second question is, how the F does the dairy in Bailey's? I know it's alcohol, but it just scares the bejesus out of me that you can leave that on a shelf for 3 years and then you can just pour a Bailey's. That is just tripping me out. I can't do it, dude.
Okay. Well,
tell me.
I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to ask Bailey's as to how that works, but it's all good. It's all good. I've just seen George Kennedy's here. Hey, George.
I know. I just gave him a shout out.
Did you? Sorry, I wasn't listening to you.
No, no, I just did it in the chat. I didn't do it. I just did it in the chat. It's great to have him, and He's just bought about 400 Aperture MCs. And I think, do you have your A10 Mini yet, George? Or are you still waiting for it? We know who you are, Mr. Kennedy. All right, there you go. Caleb, what are you drinking?
Today we are going to be sipping on.
Sam Adams, it looks like. Maybe I'm wrong. Yes.
You're
Which
right.
one is that?
And this is the chocolate Bach, which
Ooh.
I'm not one to get flavory with my beers. Go ahead and pop this open. But this one is delightful. And I'm not a big chocolate guy either. But I like it. And, getting all festive up in here. Why not?
I think it's a good pre one.
Mm.
I have an interesting drink for everybody to see, but not quite yet. I think it's going to be my New Year's drink, which I picked up the other day. So that'll be a bottle that comes up in a future episode, as if that's going to make people actually show up to this live stream. But today I'm
tease.
Yeah, but well, it won't. But here's what I'm having today, and I've shown this before. This is, I think, probably without getting into the smoky scotches, probably the best value you can get. You can get this very easily in the UK. You can get it relatively easily now in the States. It's Tomatin. It's the 12-year. It's aged in bourbon and sherry casks. And usually on sale, it's between $30 and $40 US. This was $34.95, and that's a great deal for a good quality scotch. So I'm going to say that's what I'm going to drink, and I just wanted to give people some advice. So if they were going to go look for a scotch as a present for a friend, Godfather.
Ooh,
you know the scene, everybody. That's
well done.
That's the wine being, corked in the restaurant. Yep.
Chris has just made an interesting comment asking where are the affiliate links for these drinks. We really do need to get. We should do that or figure out a drink sponsor for this.
We really should. That would be amazing. Actually, that in many ways, partially financially, would be amazing. Because if a liquor company's behind you, you're in pretty good shape, I got to say.
Yeah, right.
Okay, good. So Buffalo Trace, what have we got? Knob Creek Rye. Okay, with cola, of course, David. And let's just do a cheers and all that good stuff to the holidays and to spending money on gear. Slanjava.
Cheers.
Jen,
Cheers.
There we go. All right. Okay. So my phone's probably going to blow up. I think I'm actually going to turn it off. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, they can just walk into the barn. Don't ask me about the in-laws. And here we go with the episode. And so the idea today is to have a chat with everybody. We want to get everybody else's ideas on some of their favorite Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week deals. But the three of us have all, in theory, maybe not, chosen 3 products that we think are worthy of consideration in terms of these upcoming sales, many of them already going on. And cognac. Wow. Okay, Rob.
Oh, nice.
Man, holiday times. I can hear the song. Okay. So I think we'll do one, and then we'll round robin, and we'll just keep going around. And Joseph has a big note here about a bicycle, and he's got a bicycle-related podcast. Free round for a whole crew. Wow. Okay. We're going to have to read about that in a minute.
Also, cheers to David. He just bought his first C-stand on eBay. That's worth a cheers.
I should get
good choice.
I should get some, really cheese this up in the future and get some 8-bit sound effects and have those part of the stream, I think. Don't you think? Delicious. I'm feeling good. Well, now that he's snickering, let's just start with, Mr. You're not bi-coastal, you're bi-country. Mr. Ben Barden. What's your first pick?
Indeed.
Let's go.
Okay, so this is following on from last week with our packing episode. That was last week, wasn't it? It was recently, anyway.
I'm sorry. I just got filled with a little bit of excitement, and I just wanted to let everybody know that the 3 of us will be at NAB. We'll be together, and that's all we have to say for now. But we're definitely going to have to do like a little meetup or something like that. Nothing big, just something out, between Central and South Hall. But I'm excited. I'm starting to get the itch, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, sorry about that, Ben. Let's go.
That's all right. I'm just going to get you this little pad and a pen that you should leave
Shut up.
next to your laptop. And then when this stuff just pops in your head, you can write it down and then and just not need to cut me off mid-sentence. Just a thought for next week. Maybe we can try.
You're welcome. Go ahead. Number one.
All right. So, number one, following on from last week, I am looking for a case, a hard case, which is a carry-on size. So I was looking at the Peli options. They're all mega expensive. And Amazon this week have a fantastic deal on a roller case by Nook, which is pretty much bang on European carry-on size. Those things are solid. I've had one of those before, a smaller case, and you can get the full set of padded foam inserts for it. And it's £80 for the case, delivered from the US to the UK. They don't deliver it to the Czech Republic, but I'm going to be there. So link's coming now. And the padded divider set is separate, but it is also cheap. £80 again for that. So I think that's an absolute steal. So someone just click that and make sure that works for me.
Okay. Waiting for that to come up. And Rob, we will do an NAB theme camera and Flask.
Real quick. Sorry. Yes. Ben, did you put that into the chat?
I have put it into the chat, yeah.
Okay.
So let me know.
Unfortunately, it won't show up unless it's like an admin or something. So if you want to dump it into this Lightstream chat, I'll go ahead and put it on there.
Brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. And those are Pelican cases, you said.
These are Nook.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I've put that in our private chat between the three of us. See if that works. Just check it works.
Just to note that today, Amazon is doing their annual Pelican sale. It is today in the US at least. And I did see some stuff. There's a deal of the day until the end of today on the 1510 and some other stuff. Some stuff on B&H, but it's a better deal on Amazon if you're buying today. The 1510 with the foam insert is like 109 or 119. It's a pretty significant reduction. So just letting everybody know about that. It's not on my list, but I just saw it this morning. Yeah.
Cool. And just for those of you who weren't in the chat last week, the problem that I think we all find with those things, with the foam inserts, is they just fall apart really quickly. So I generally prefer to have the padded inserts, and I'm just putting those into our chat. If one of you could throw that up as well, that's for the custom fitted foam inserts. So I think that's a steal. So that's £160 delivered from the US to the UK for the case and the padded dividers.
It's interesting. It's making me go to amazon.co.uk. Oh, it's just shipping from there.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you be able to just search for the same product? Loads of different colors. The black one is significantly cheaper than everything else.
Oh, I see that. Significantly. By a lot. By like £100. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. Very nice.
The other one came up in a deal. So I think that's a steal. I will be buying one. So I'll let you know how that goes in a couple of weeks' time. Brilliant. When I've picked it up from the UK when I'm there next week.
Good.
So that's number one for me.
I'm dropping a link for the Amazon US Pelican case deals, which is 30% off a whole bunch of stuff, which is what Jem was talking about a second ago.
Man, that's why we call him the Golden Boy. All right, so let's go and actually talk to you, Caleb, about what your first pick is for the week. I'm excited.
Yeah. So first of all, Alex, what's going on, brother? How are you? Good to have you, dude.
I had to accept that. What's up? It said hi your show as if that was going to be a problem. Ridiculous.
Alex is never a problem. Alex is the best. My picks. So I'm going to pull up my little listy list here. I feel like, well, it's not Black Friday yet, but there's not too much going on. So I don't know how many we're doing. Are we just going to keep going till? Are we going to do 3?
We're going to do one each. Yeah, we're going to do 3. But then if there's extra ones at the end that you want to mention or things that you want to mention at the end, then we'll do that. But 1, 1, 1, and then we keep going around. Yep.
Cool. So my first pick, I think, is going to be the Ninja Inferno.
Oh, yes.
So going old school.
Yeah, baby.
It's $500 right now. So $300.
7 inch.
Wow.
I'm trying to see if there's any kits. Yes, you can get the power kit, which comes with 2 batteries and some other stuff for another $50.
That's pretty good with 2
The
batteries.
full accessory kit, which comes with caddies, reader, that monstrous sun hood, is $600. So I'll drop the link to
Does
that.
that come with a case as well?
Yes, the $600 accessory kit comes with a Pelican case and all that good stuff. So it's all in
Very
that one
nice.
link I just shipped. So
Good.
Pelican, it's
Very cool.
it's an older, it's a bigger, loud monitor, but it's a very bright, pretty dope HDR monitor. That will, depending on how you define HDR, but it can do ProRes RAW. So it's going to be pretty handy with all these mirrorless cameras whenever that happens. So
Yes.
there you go.
Coming soon. I've heard a little birdie on my shoulder about the Nikon thing. Nikon.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Nikon's definitely happening, but then.
But that's inevitable. Yeah, and that's
Well, they announced that
a very loud
Well, I know.
birdie has been talking to me.
Yeah, he's very loud. Yeah, very loud. Loud with a British accent.
But you could almost pick up that Inferno and flip it, 2 weeks from now.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the
Very
only
nice.
problem with that, for those of us not in the US, so when you said that, I was hoping that was going to be an Atomos global thing.
Oh, just
but I see that's a B&H. So B&H will ship to the UK, but
we'll
any
see you in
saving-
April if you need a hookup.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to use it and it's working on the job for a lot of that time between now and April, then I would say, sure, drop that money down. And then, but you're not going to if you're picking up from Caleb then.
By then, who knows what's going to go down?
Who knows? There's going to be all kinds of
Exactly.
stuff going on. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, well.
Beautiful.
Never mind. Move
Beautiful.
on.
But
Move
there you go.
on.
But it's a good pick.
That is a good bargain.
It is a good bargain.
Boom.
Okay.
Mr.
So, I'm going to say my number one pick. My first pick for this week is actually special on one of my favorite little pieces of kit, which is the Lumu Power, which is the color and light meter. They've just updated this to the Lumu Power 2, which has new diodes in it, which is going to be especially useful for the color meter. So it's even more accurate. And interestingly, I still haven't done all of my tests, but when I've been in spaces where, let's say, there's a lot of ambient light, no actual fixtures, no practicals on, but there's a lot of green outside, it's actually showing me that it's skewing a little bit green. And I didn't see that when I used to do readings on just sort of ambient daylight. And it seems to be that these new, the new chips in here are even more accurate. So more testing to be done, but they're doing $100 off. I'm going to go ahead and put this into our chat. So this is the Lumu Power 2.
Nice.
And it is right now $299, which for a color and for a light meter that is a real meter, that has a lumisphere, because the problem with the apps is they're basically just using, the camera. But this has an actual sphere. It's actually, reading as if it were a 3-dimensional object. $299. I think you can get the original for like $1.99 right now. So I think it's a great thing. It goes with me everywhere. It does not, I repeat, it does not replace a great Sekonic light meter. It does not replace the C800, but it is something that, just like they say about a camera, it's the best meter is the one you have in your pocket, but it's a damn good meter for the money, and it has a lot of features, and I'm really happy. And if you happen to be a photographer, that particular Lumu Power 2 also will read flash, so it'll actually be used as a flash meter. Yeah.
So, quick question on that: is that still for iPhones only?
Yeah. So that is the humongous downside of this product, is that it is a Lightning connector, and I think it's only iOS. So you need to know that. I was actually speaking to somebody recently, and he was asking for recommendations, and I first question was, are you iOS or Android? And that takes it out of the equation, unfortunately. Yep.
Okay. So that's your 2 tips are both useless to me.
Alex, well, that's what we try to do here. We try to be useless. Alex says Ted from Aperture has been hinting at a massive Black Friday sale. I've seen the same. I would assume that we're not going to see some of the you cannot get them fixtures. So don't expect a 120D2, maybe, but the original 120D, I'm starting to see some sales on that. Definitely don't expect to see the 300D Mark II. And I would really assume that there's no way in hell that you're going to see the MC on that sale. So if you're looking at some of their other fixtures, then I would absolutely think that you would see that. If you use tungsten light and they blow out the original 120D tungsten versions for a few $100, that might be a good deal too. But just keep an eye out. I don't know what they're going to include, but it's good to look out for that kind of stuff.
The 300D Mark I prices are getting like ridiculous.
Silly.
Yeah,
like
silly.
What ridiculous? How low?
Let's shucks. Let's
see what we got on there. I can't wait to hear about
$800
second product. Yeah,
$300 off.
Yep.
Nice.
Ben is going to give us a recommendation now on a product that we could all use, since me and Caleb are suggesting things that he can never use. So we all can use his bag or his case. What's number 2 for you, Ben?
Okay, so for number 2, and this is a kind of one that's universal, is Film Convert.
Well, how convenient that Film Convert was in the chat earlier.
I hope they're still here. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I should have used that one first.
Sponsor.
Sponsor. Talk to us out. This wasn't planned. This is a good deal. It's $129 for their full bundle. So that's with all the plugins for After Effects, for Premiere, for Resolve, for Final Cut, and with the Nitrate upgrade as well. It's a cracking piece of software. I have been meaning to buy it for a long time and have a proper sort of time spent with it to really get to grips with it. I've used it very briefly and sort of demos and friends that have had it. So I will be picking that up this week. Oh, they are still in the chat. Hi, Film Convert. Thanks. So that seems to be a good deal and an interesting one, and we can all buy that. That's global.
Sick.
Cheeky bastard. Okay, good. I like it. Let's go to Caleb for number 2. Unbelievable.
All right,
have another drink. Have some more of that. Let's have some of that 4-year-old Bailey's. Okay. Come on.
So I was trying to look up to see if there are other cameras, but I'm gonna cheat and do 2 lumped together.
Okay.
The EOS R is $500 off right now.
Wow, that's
so
huge.
Really?
$17.99.
They must be selling those in droves. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And if you pick up the kit lens, you save $700. So if you've been planning on making that big old fat switch from your switch from Sony back to Canon or just to Canon, that's something to consider. And then if you want to stick with Sony or switch to Sony, the A7 III is $200 off. One of the first price drops on that camera since it came out. So there you go.
Fantastic camera.
And I think the A7S II is like, 50 cents or something now. So there's also that.
But the A7 III to me right now is kind of their neo mirrorless camera, in my opinion. I think if you're looking at Sony, and as much as people knock, including myself just a few moments ago, the EOS R, it's really, a tool that a lot of people are very, very happy with and matches very well with Cinema EOS cameras. My good friend John Romer actually sold his 1DX Mark II after getting an EOS R and finds that it matches extremely well with his 2 C300 Mark IIs. And, that's his gimbal camera. And he recently went up to Maine because he goes up once a year to do production. And he just brought those cameras with him, and he didn't even bring his C300s because it was just basically him doing everything, and just having that small kit worked out well. He loves he's all EF mount lenses, so he uses the adapter which has the ND inside of it. So it's basically the what's the new mount called? I've just went brain farted.
RF.
The RF mount. So it's RF to EF mount. And that there's a bunch of different lens adapters, but one of them actually has ND inside of it, or you can swap it out with clear.
It's expensive, that adapter, but it's amazing.
Yeah,
so you can buy it with a polarizer or with the ND.
Well, and that's pretty great. I mean, if you're using that camera, and you have the ability to have that ND sitting behind your lens, I mean, yeah.
And if
Tell
you're a
me.
Sigma user, because anything wide, they're 20 mil and wider, you can't. There's no threaded. There's no thread on the front element of the lens, so you cannot put filters on the front without some kind of weird clamp-on adapters, or using a clamp-on matte box. So
Brilliant.
if you've got that adapter, you can stick ND at the back end of the lens, and it solves that problem completely. I will be buying it. I also love the EOS R. I use it as a B cam for the C200. They match up pretty well. It's not absolutely an instant. You just throw them onto a timeline and there's no difference. You need to do a little bit of work with them, but they match up pretty well with a minimal amount of effort. So yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah, you have one. So
it's what you're looking at right now. The image off that.
It's the only Canon I own at this time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
although that 90D though, now that it's got 24 frames per second.
Yeah, with the firmware update, I saw that this week.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that's my number two. Two cameras in my, playground of what I usually talk about on sale.
Good. I'm going to go and circle back to, I wasn't originally going to be, but I'm going to circle back to software now. And this is going to be Divergent Media, which is going to be Edit Ready 2, which is, I think, 40% off right now. They've got Scope Box as well. And recently
Scope Box is awesome.
Yeah, and they have a new version, which is just bonkers. So this is Edit Ready. I'm going to put a code in here just that Caleb can post as well after the link to their website. And recently I had some GH5 files, and for whatever reason, and I reached out to Caleb actually about this, I was shooting some clips for a documentary short. And this documentary short is not critical in terms of exactly what camera I use. So I just shot everything in 4K, but I was cycling through different cameras that I was testing. And the GH5 was one of them. And I had some setting in there that I set that Final Cut just was not happy with. So I had about 15% of the clips that just would not show up in any other program, VLC, whatever it was. And
even VLC, that's scary.
Dude, and
that's real scary. If they can't play a VLC, man.
That's when you get the cold sweats.
Let me just tell you,
VLC is like the last stop on the cliff.
And like I opened up Edit Ready 2, and it just said, "Hey, here's your clips. Let's go ahead and we'll just transcode those mothers." And so for that reason alone, I'm going to say Edit Ready 2, and it's a steal right now. It's like $49 or $49.99. And it's just something to have in your toolkit all of the freaking time. Yeah.
It's amazing.
And the speed that thing transcodes is
so fast. It's amazing.
It's
so
brilliant.
If you don't have Edit Ready 2, right now is the time to get it, boys and girls. And that's my number 2 pick for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week. Thank you very much.
Excellent.
And by the way,
Round 3, ding, ding.
Wait. You snuck in a couple of things. I do want to say that on and off, there's some amazing iPad deals right now. I've seen iPads for like $249 right now for latest generation. Not the Pro, not the Air, but the regular size. It's a good size iPad. $249 for a 32 gig. That could be a great device. Yeah, it's actually the most I've seen it for right now is $279. But starting on Friday, lots of different retailers. On Amazon yesterday, it was $249. It went back to $279. But I'm thinking I'm generation 2. Mine is as heavy as a doorstop. Mine's like as heavy as a pancake Apple box. So I'm thinking maybe I might ask for a new iPad for Christmas. I might not, but yeah.
You got nothing on my 4 though.
Which is what does that mean?
iPad 4.
What does that mean? I have iPad 2.
Yeah, the iPad 4 is the big boy, the thick boy.
Oh, it is?
With the biggest battery. It's ancient at this point. It's like, what, 5-6 years old? And it still holds a charge for like a week.
You're ridiculous. You're out of control.
But no, yeah, iPad 2. I think
unbelievable. Okay, let's go ahead and let's go back to the Czech Republic. Where, by the way, people were asking, where's Purple Rain today? What's up with that? Morning.
Well, I've got a little warmer this evening.
You are a little warmer.
No specific reason. I just was in more of an orangey sort of a mood. You know,
It's
I like to
festive. It's
surprise
kind of
you.
like
I don't want to be predictable. You know, I just do what
it's
I feel.
kind of. I think
I'm out of
Thanksgiving.
control.
It's kind of appropriate. It's like a you're kind of like a gourd or something. It's a orange is
Like
a good color.
I'm a what? Like a what?
A
It's like a
gourd.
gourd. A gourd. A
Oh,
gourd.
I thought you said God.
Well,
Yeah, that makes more
too.
sense.
No, come on. New Zealand. We're getting some New Zealand beers. Yes. Did you actually have New Zealand beers last year? Film Convert when we were over by the. Remember that was a good party. The Film Convert.
It was a good party.
It was.
Caleb,
Forgotten,
that was at the container park.
Yeah. Film
It was.
That was
Convert
good.
and Premium Beat.
Yeah. No, somebody else was there
something
too.
else.
No. No. Oh my God. iPhone
Another
video.
company. Oh,
no,
Filmic
video. Filmic Pro.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yes.
That's brain fart
Yeah.
again. It happens at this age. Okay, here we go.
right.
Bart, 14 and a half hours straight of editing, cracking a beer for sure. Absolutely. We just got
Cheers.
done with a cut that we just uploaded to the client, and I know what you're talking about. All right, so we're up to number
Very
three. Number three, Mr. Ben Barden.
All right, I'm going Australian for number 3. It's Bright Tangerine.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So
Here we go.
They have
Hardware.
Yeah. So they are throwing in the Misfit Atom with their cages, with their left field cages at the moment. So as someone with a C200, that cage is really on my list of things that I want from Father Christmas and probably won't get. But they're throwing in their brilliant little Misfit Atom, which is a matte box. But I have a bit of a thing with matte boxes, in that they certainly have a use for certain types of filters. But I'm not really into the huge, massive thing that everyone sticks on their DSLRs to make them look like they know what they're doing.
Right.
You know, that kind of
Oh, yes, I know.
huge, just unnecessary for I would say an awful lot of the people that have them, and they are using maybe a filter in it, but it's just huge and unnecessary. And those things are brilliant, and that you can use them as clip-on or you can use them on rails. So that's, I think, a cracking deal. Their stuff's not cheap, but it is beautiful and amazingly well made, and I really do want one, and both the cage and the matte box. So that seems to me to be quite a decent little throw-in.
Good. I like it. They make great products. So
they do make great products, really beautiful ones. And I was going to buy I have been meaning to buy the matte box from them for the last 6 months. And the cage is fantastic. And I watched Eric's review on the cage. That also just looks the perfect thing. And you and me have that problem with the wobble that we've not fixed on the C200 when it's on the tripod mount. And
apparently John Romer has, but we'll have to figure out what his trick is.
Oh, we need to talk to John then. Okay.
Let's jump over to Chris's comment. MZ has a great deal, $100 off. That's absolutely true. So you can get a annual subscription for $199 for the entire year. And I think some of their courses are also deeply discounted. Anything else out there that deals on courses? And question mark, I'm eyeing Caleb's S1 video guide too. Awesome. Very nice. Very nice.
Hey.
Hey now. There's some good software and hardware deals. And by the way, just some plugs. We've got some, different sites that are listing some things. Pro Video Coalition, though I see a lot of repeat for what they have, but they've broken down some stuff by hardware, software, and things like that. We have Cinema 5D, which is very comprehensive in the beginning with listings of especially lenses. So they've done a really good job of breaking down what lenses are on special. And then, of course, our friends over at newshooter.com. And they are just constantly updating their Black Friday, we'll just call it Cyber Week specials. There's a lot of chat about a Roomba and a Lego TIE Fighter being merged together. I think that means that you guys have been watching a little bit too much of The Mandalorian with your Disney Plus subscription. But that's all I have to say about that. And now we go to Caleb Pike with his next pick.
Okay.
Wait, are you next? You're next.
I think
yeah,
so.
that's a
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the way we're
That was
going.
I've never heard that voice from you before either when you were introducing him.
Oh, and
That was
Caleb
something
Pike.
new.
Yeah.
Is that how you speak to the mannequins?
Yes, it is.
Plural.
Ben. Plural.
Oh man. Appreciate you, Chris. All right. So my pick. I'm trying to decide where to go. I just got a big old pile of stuff. I'm gonna cheat again, and I'm gonna do multiples in one fell swoop.
By the time
Ready?
we're done, he's gonna have 20 products. Let's
Here we
go. Yeah.
All right. Sigma 18 to 35 is on sale for
kind of a neo lens. It's a neo lens.
Man, it's just a legendary. It's $160 off.
Nice.
I'm just gonna like spam. I'll drop the links in a second.
Let's go. Just
that's
kill
one.
us with it.
Boom. Check. They're all messed up here. Sorry.
No. If you have the link,
right.
post the link now.
I'll post the links, but all the following are $100 to several $100s off. 18 to 35 Sigma.
Yeah.
35 millimeter full frame f1.4, Ben's favorite lens ever. E-mount.
This one right on
is
there.
on sale. The Canon EF to E-mount adapter is like $150 off, and then the 16 millimeter E-mount, which I'm actually using right now and absolutely love, is also on sale for the first time, I think. So yeah, a bunch of Sigma stuff.
Well, can I just another mention before you stick the links up on their Canon on their 1755 2.8 had £180 off that, I think, on their official site, ordering direct today as well. That lens is also a corker and a bit under the radar, that one.
That's a new one for me. 17 to 55, eh?
Yeah.
You don't know about the corker?
Cork it.
Cork it. Here we go. Joseph retracted his message. I don't know what that means. Let me see what we got. I'm ignoring you, Bart. Okay, just picked up the Polar Pro base camp for the Pocket's cinema camera 4K. There's $100 off on that. That's from George Kennedy. What do we got to do to get a deal on a freaking Fuji lens? There are some deals on Fuji lenses, Kim. They're running deals. Go to B&H. Type in Fuji still lens. You'll get some stuff. Or Fuji X mount. And you should see some stuff. There's some stuff happening right now.
Unless you live somewhere that's not the US, obviously.
Well, you know. You're not missing much right now, depending on the day. Okay, got an email from Atomos with some awesome discounts. Colin, are you allowed to share that email, or am I going to get in trouble if you do? Okay. Edelkrone has some stuff off at 30% off right now. I don't think they're celebrating Thanksgiving in Turkey, even though it's Turkey, but maybe they are because they have 30% off at Edelkrone. Wait, you just won $250 from Edelkrone for tagging them on Instagram? That is pretty good. I guess everybody should start tagging. I say Edel.
Edelkrone.
Edelweiss. Edelweiss. It's like Man in the High Castle here and Sound of Music all together.
So good.
Oh, it's so good. Well, I have to skip it sometimes because it's so creepy. But we're about halfway through the last season. I love that show. That show is brilliant. Cinematography, by the way, is outrageous. If I could light like that, I think I'd pack it in. It might just be end of life for me.
Done.
But, done.
I'm
finished.
Still desperate to see that. I still want to see that. Whereas here this week, we're living in 1984. I don't know if you've seen much of the news from the UK. We'll leave it there. But
yeah. Are you in the UK? You're not in the UK, though. You're in Czech, right? Or not?
I'm in Czech, but I'm essentially just, I'm at home in Czech, but just kind of glued to the UK news. And
Chris said we've hit a new low, that we've got Sound of Music sing-alongs happening.
Oh, it's so good.
Maybe for Christmas we could do a proper sing-along episode.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I think we're on you, Jim.
Okay, so this is shameless plug one, kind of, because it ties in with my episode for the week, which I'm going to give you a link to. But I'm actually excited about this. I think that it's definitely worth considering. So here's the latest episode that I posted for Gearbox. We didn't have one last week because of life. And then this week, it sort of dropped on a Monday because of the sale. But check this out. This is FJ Westcott, and they are putting a lot of their stuff on sale. Unfortunately, none of my stuff, the DP kit and the Booklight kit, but they do have all of their Rapid Box and Beauty Dish soft boxes on sale. And what they're doing is they have this system called Switch. Watch the video, you'll see what it is. And you can basically just take the back of the softbox and you can switch it between Pro Photo, Bowen's mount, different types of mounts for different types of lights. And so all you do is just buy the back, and then you can use it with all of these different fixtures, which I think is great, especially for Bowen's and Pro Photo for video continuous lighting stuff. Because, companies like Hive and Stella have settled on Pro Photo, and pretty much everybody else has gone Bowen's. And so they're including, and they're really, sometimes they're really expensive. They're including the grid with most of their or all of their Rapid boxes. And the grid can be as expensive as the actual modifier.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't like the Light Dome 2 and the Light Dome Mini 2, but as fast as they are to set up and to break down, the Rapid box from Westcott is even faster to set up. It's literally, you just open it and it's done, and you just close it. It's like an internal umbrella mechanism. And I really like the baffle. It's really well made. It snaps into place and it fills the entire surface of the fixture, and then it sits about, I'm going to say 6 to 8 inches away from the front diffusion, and it just does a really beautiful job of taking COB lights and softening them up. And again, watch the video, see what you think, check it out. My father-in-law sat in for me. He was very kind to do that. He's a little older, so at one point he looks like he's falling asleep, and I think he is. But it's all good, and that's the fun of a production. But I need somebody to be in the video other than a freaking mannequin. Thank you very much. And so I knew you were gonna go there, so I just sort of nipped it in the bud. So check that out. Embrace the mannequin. That's going to be the bumper sticker. Embrace the mannequin.
If that's all you were doing with them.
But the one guy on YouTube with the Christmas room.
No,
what's his name?
What does that mean?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, that's the worst. That's the food. Well, he focuses on Fuji stuff too.
No,
he is like he does a lot of cameras.
He does a lot of cameras.
Are you talking about the guy with all the tattoos? Is he the tattoo guy?
No, not that guy. Not that guy.
That's what I thought you meant. Who is that guy? That guy freaks me out. That guy scares me.
Not that guy. Peter. Come on, guys, help me out in the chat. Peter, welcome back to the Christmas room.
No,
now we're going to.
Why are you doing that?
I'm going to look him up, but okay. You need to just embrace it. Like, he's got his Christmas room. He's got this thing. He's got a little dog. He's got this Christmas room.
I do know who you're talking about. Yeah. I've seen him before. Like a year and a half ago.
Peter Gregor.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Peter Gregory.
You should just do that, but just be the mannequin guy. Just buy like 50 mannequins and just embrace it. Let it be a thing.
We're done. We're so done with this conversation. Caleb owes Photo Joseph a beer. His tweet sent me to your S1 course. Well, thank you, Photo Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph hooked me up with a.
Photo Joseph is in the same state as me. I'm going to have to visit him at some point, and there you go. Beautiful.
Boom.
Something magical happens when you watch.
There you go.
Something magical happens when you watch. Thank you, Sky. This is amazing. It's all digressing right now. I can't wait to start cooking. Okay, so we are now on to Caleb.
Oh dear.
And Caleb, you are going to give us another 17 specials for let's go.
I kind of ran out of the good stuff. I didn't know how long we were going to go. So here's what I got. The Ultra Sharp 27-inch Dell monitor. Nothing crazy, just kind of a good 4K UHD option is on sale. There's the link. How much is it on sale for? Well, let me look for you. $420 off at $300.
That's a great deal.
As a 27-inch. And monitor prices drop, but that line, that Ultra Sharp line, IPS panel line from Dell, has treated me so good over the years.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
I agree.
Great monitors.
I totally
Great
agree.
monitor. And then there's like 30 or 60 bucks off the Atom Shinobi, which is now like pennies now. What is it? 200 and something dollars. It's really
Okay.
cheap.
Can we talk about Atomos for a second? And just for one other thing, I'm just going to digress for a moment. Where is the Grumpy Penguin?
I don't know.
I'm a little upset. Okay, so Atomos, 4K Ninja Star. Could they ever come up with that product? Can we maybe get a petition going for that? I mean, of all the things that I want to see right now, because I don't really love external recorders unless it's for like multicam and stuff like that. I would really love to see a 4K Ninja Star. And at this point, I almost think they have to do a 6K Ninja Star because of all of the cameras that are out there that are, 5.9 and 6K resolution.
Yeah.
Any feelings
4K
on
Ninja
that?
Star with a hot shoe. That would just be
brilliant. And a tiny little screen, just a little simple screen that's telling you some information about how your media is filling up and stuff like that. So not lights, just a little tiny, little screen.
It could just be like a moving bar. That's all it needs. Just like a little.
That would be good.
With OLED displays, like the one that's on the Rode Wireless Go, they could do all kinds of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That would be all you need.
Exactly.
That's it. So basically the screen that's on the Wireless Go, and it's a 4K Ninja Star. So let's do DCI 4K. Fine. Let's just do that. And that would be brilliant. And I don't think there would be a problem. I think people would buy that. Don't you think?
And
I think that would be a popular.
If you could make it like record to CFast, the new standard, where it's in that CFast Mini.
Yes. That the C500 Mark II. Yeah. Oh, CFast Mini?
Or you know what I mean? The Q. What's that new form factor that they're using for CFast?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's the one that the
QXFSC.
Yeah, it's a smaller car, but it's
essentially a mini version of a CFast.
Well, let's do it, and then just have one SDI in and out, and one HDMI in and out.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. And that's a killer product. And they could sell that thing for $500, no problem. It wouldn't even have to be a monitor. I think $499, if it had all of those capabilities, I think they would sell it at $499, don't you guys?
For sure.
CF
Express.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, but are the cards smaller for CF Express? I didn't realize that. So that's what the C500 Mark II is using. I know it needs that for the 5.9K internal Cinema Raw Light. So interesting. Just haven't seen the cards yet.
Yeah.
Come on, Shiznuts. Watch yourself.
While we're
dreaming
for a second, I just saw his thing.
That is good. That is going to get me. I'm not only demonetized now. I'm going to basically have my entire channel taken down. Shiznuts. I don't know what you're drinking. Probably nothing. But come on. Keep it together. Okay, go ahead.
While we're in Dreamland, there's your Adam thing. I want to see the Blackmagic. What's their new external recorder called? The Blackmagic Video Assist 2?
Video Assist 2. Yep.
I want to see that do external Blackmagic RAW.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hot.
So hot.
Anyway.
And I'd like to, and while we're in unicorn, leprechaun land, could we maybe have Blackmagic RAW supported by all the NLEs?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would.
We need to get together and be friends and get it together. Yeah. I've just put another link for you, just because it's a product that we've talked about every time we've done anything on audio. Is Isotope.
Yes. Oh, do they have another special?
Yeah, they have specials on the full RX package, but they also have I think it's called the Essentials Bundle or something similar, which at least gets you the dialogue cleanup, and it's something like $50 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, $49. Really when they do that, you just have to do it.
Exactly, that's an absolute bargain.
Jeez, man. So while we're talking about sort of random things, I was reading about the update on the Red Komodo. And I couldn't get my head around it, but literally they said that camera is going to be no more than 4 inches long in any direction. So it's basically a tiny cube. It's
a Z cam.
It's is a Z cam. I think is at least 6 or 8 inches, isn't it? 4 inches is like that much.
Yeah, it's
That's
tiny.
about
And they're
6
saying-
inches, but that's 4 inches is like
Probably gonna be
nothing.
17 pounds somehow.
It's bare. Yeah, it'll
Made of unobtainium.
unobtainium.
Yeah. Haven't you watched what movie was that?
No, that's so funny. Oh, for goodness. Yes. I have Red. I have not tested the Blackmagic A10 Mini. I pre-ordered mine like a minute and a half after you could pre-order it, and I still haven't had it. But I don't have, I don't have enough subscribers to get one early, like some people. Potato Jet's latest episode with the Alexa that he bought for $6,000 is cracking me up. That guy is amazing, by the way.
He's incredible.
He's an amazing dude.
I'm so jealous of him. He's just the best. He's got a great
we're jealous of you,
personality.
Caleb. So it goes. That's how it goes. It goes upstream.
I'm not funny in Asian, so I can't compete.
Oh my God! Now I'm really gonna get taken off of the internet. Ridiculous.
Much love for that guy.
He's amazing. He is so much good content.
She's not to get.
No, don't even acknowledge it, Ben. Don't even acknowledge it, okay? Because it's going downhill right now. Thoughts on the Sigma FP? I'm so excited for
I love that thing.
I cannot wait to get my hands on the Sigma FP with the 45 millimeter lens. That would be, oh my goodness. And they've actually officially announced, it was on Cinema 5D. Johnny did an episode where they are going to get log recording inside of that thing. Thank goodness. And I just wish we could get away from Cinema DNG. I just want I want a format that's not like 24 individual frames per second that I'm dumping in and then having to deal with. It's just not. We're past that, kids.
So we need,
but I love it anyway. But I think they need to see if
ProRes Raw, Blackmagic Raw, get on it.
Is there any?
If they did that, it would be game over. It'd be absurd.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they say that they are? I can't remember from that episode if they're going to do some sort of raw out. If they do a raw out, it doesn't really matter. Then that FP is really exciting. It is already exciting.
What do you mean by raw out?
Well, I just mean can we do like the Nikon camera? Because can it do raw out? Because I thought it's Cinema DNG internally, but can it do a raw out?
Well, there's no SDI. I actually had it on my desk. It's in the studio now. I had it on my desk last week, and I was going to talk about it because it's so good. But it's only if it were to do it, it'd be over
HDMI, like the Nikon cameras. What?
Well, I guess if you're doing ProRes, but if there's another option, it'd be over USB. Which is how it records externally.
Yeah, of course. Yes, it does.
Interesting.
And I don't know how it's possible
Like
because I pulled it out of the box and I thought that was coming in the future. I didn't know that it was going to be raw at launch. So I plugged a drive into it, just a cheap T5 drive from Samsung.
Yep.
And a Cinema DNG 12-bit raw. Started recording, no problems at all.
What?
Pulled it
I
up
thought
on
that was later.
No,
really?
Pulled it up on my computer and it's like. It's
Come
like
on.
A couple of seconds, 7 gigabytes. That sounds about right.
Can I ask you a question?
I haven't played with it much, but
can I ask you a question? And this is really a Caleb question. Is it adorable?
It's beyond adorable. With that 45, that 45, it's just. And
wait, you have the 45 with you too?
I got it with the 45. I couldn't resist that 45. It's so cute.
Now, what does it cost with the 45? It's not a kit lens, right? You have to buy them separately?
No.
Oh,
It's an option, I think.
Okay. So what are we talking about for the double down on that?
It's $2,200 for both.
Wait, what?
$2,200.
With the 45?
With the 45 millimeter.
Camera only,
door. It's $1,900.
I'm getting it.
Does the AF work on it?
It's awful.
No, what AF?
Terrible,
Come on, don't even ask that question, Ben. That's a stupid question.
No,
if you're not Sony,
I'm meaning for stills.
For stills.
Yeah. It works great.
Yeah.
It's a super fun stills. Camera ergonomically. It's so satisfying. The buttons on it and the weight. You can almost legitimately get away handheld just with the body and the lens because the body is so dense.
Yeah.
So they can deal with the heat. It's phenomenal. The menus are weird. It's a weird camera, but it's I'm super
But
glad
it's
they're in the game. I mean, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now. I mean, this is a knocker for their first go, right?
cracker.
I think cracker
of a camera.
of a camera. So yeah, give it a couple generations and woo.
Let me. Oh my goodness. Ridiculous.
What am I
I love
missing
that
here?
adorable is the hashtag Caleb criteria. Yeah, it is. You get adorable and I get mannequins. What is
There
going
you
on
go.
there? Unbelievable. You need adorable merch and I need mannequin merch. And what are we going to give to Ben? Grumpy merch? Hey,
Just
Chris,
Purple
watch
Rain.
it with your Mandalorian references. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't want spoilers. I don't want to hear about a baby Yoda anymore. Okay, I'm done with that. That's just creepy. Okay. Good. What do we got? Wait, what is this? I went to Thailand and bought a 35 f1.1 from the guys over at Geekster. Not surprised, Shiznuts. I'm not surprised. Okay, so I don't even want to know about that trip. Don't give us any details in the chat. That's all I have to say. Check Atomos Facebook page for discounts. Ninja 5 for $649 and the Shinobi for $269.
Bingo.
Alan, very nice, very nice. Wow, we're only 4 minutes away. Anybody else have any other Black Friday?
Chat, hit us
Yeah,
up.
dude,
What you
let's
got?
go. Any questions for the last three minutes?
I'd
Because
love to.
Philip,
Rob
Tell me.
says I should make a branded tee. I'm totally up for that.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be doing that than doing filmmaking stuff, honestly. I'm so done with it all. Yeah, I'm up. Career change completely. Thanks for that. That's what I'm doing next year.
Baden teas. That's awful.
Am I supposed to be moving to Australia as well, Caleb?
Yeah.
No, actually, that was pretty good. I must admit, that was all right.
Ridiculous. Bart is starting to crash. He's finished all his projects, and the 14 hours is starting to take its toll. He's going to the Outer Banks. Unbelievable. Chris, I liked all the suggestions, but Ben wins this one mostly because I went and bought his first pick during this stream. Wow.
Oh.
Now, if you had affiliate links, Ben Barden. Okay, good.
I tried. Yeah. Damn it.
Dang it. Yeah.
I did have affiliate links, and then they cancelled them because no one bought anything through him.
You're working for the man right now. That's what you're doing. Unbelievable.
Oh, well.
Ridiculous. What is this? Oh, so everybody check out the chat. People are now
Iron glass adapter says that vintage lenses for video. Oh yeah, that rehoused Helios 44-2. Pretty sick.
Right. You get a Nanlite Forza 60 free with a Forza 300. Okay, that's pretty good. By the way, I can't say anything about this right now, but I did see something in an email from Nanlite that if it pans out as a modifier for their lights, it's going to be really, really interesting. If it's anything like what I saw in the email from the picture, it's going to be really fun to talk about that. So we'll see if they actually carry through with that over at Nanlite. For stills, Best Buy is running the Nikon D750. That's for you, Ben, for $9.99, meaning pronunciation.
Thank you.
Pronunciation.
Hashtag switching. Hashtag Team Yellow. From Ben's Twitter tomorrow.
Ridiculous. Caleb,
George. Yes, Sir George. It's amazing.
He is kind of like a Sir George. He is actually. We should call him Sir
Second
George Kennedy.
I pull it out. Now, George Kennedy.
Don't say that out loud. Okay. Yes. From
at any rate,
yeah.
It's awesome. It's from the second we started using it, it's been dynamite. So if you don't need Rhino R2, love it.
Watch the video. Here it is. Ding, 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 ding. That is the pitter patter of little feet above Caleb's head. It is the sound of Mr. Sandman lulling Ben to sleep. And it is the pull of my family saying, cook the food for Gobble Gobble Day here in the Pacific Northwest. It has been a pleasure. My very, very good friends. Love you guys. Love everybody who comes to the chat every week. And no, we're not going to sing you out with Edelweiss. Chris, it's just getting worse and worse in a really good way every week here on Camera Flask. I enjoyed hosting today, even though it seems like I never do. But here I am, and we will be back next week, gentlemen. Are we okay for next week?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, you are hosting, I believe. So come up with a good topic, and I think it'll be all good. Sound of Music
Okay.
playing Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade tomorrow morning from 9 to 12 anywhere in the United States of America. NBC is the only channel to watch that on, just saying. And we may or may not get balloons because of the wind in New York City. I'm glad to be out of that place, even though I love it. I love where I live, and there's no traffic. Did anybody see that picture of the 405 in LA?
Yes, I did.
It's all out of control. And
But it always looks like that.
It does. That is the 405 every day. All the best, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Have a fantastic Thanksgiving to everybody here in the
happy
States.
Thanksgiving, you too.
Caleb, enjoy your
Edelkrone.
family and everything. Edelkrone, Edelweiss. And to all, a good night. Take us out with the logo, my friend, and away we go.
Here we go. Godspeed and
Night,
good night.
all.